welcome back to another video with me, Shruti Bashisht. You're watching Living Our Ascension. So I'm going to have to keep the camera close to my face because as you can see I'm by a riverside and it's really loud. But I'm just going to show you quickly where I am, what it looks like. So it's this really beautiful location called Kasol in Himachal Pradesh, India. This really long river. And there's mountains behind me. I don't think you can see them very well. But it's just this beautiful turquoise water that's there. And I thought it was perfect for the Pleiadian Gateway, which is, what I'll be speaking about. So I have some notes here and I'm going to be, looking down and referring to them and speaking to you about what's happening in this Pleiadian Gateway, which of course, as you know, is a galactic gateway. Where the sun goes through the galactic degrees of Scorpio and Taurus, and so right now we're in Scorpio season, of course, and so ascending souls, go through specific initiations. Like there's different codes that land at different times, like every Pleiadian gateway. So today I'm going to be speaking about what specifically we are going through from my perspective and from my experience. I'll be giving you personal examples, especially, which is like I feel the best way to speak about and explain what is happening. And perhaps you'll be able to relate in some way. And if you don't know, turquoise also is the color of the Pleiades. It's related to the Pleiadian soul, basically. So if you like what you hear today and you would like more wisdom along your path of ascension, then check out my services, personal services, on my website livingourascension.com. I have all kinds of different personal services, channeling ones, and you can work with me personally through Skype as well. So check that out below this video. The first thing that we're going through is this expansion of divine love and the expansion of light codes that are happening. But this time, they are not happening only within the ascension community, like within those people who are on the path of ascension or who are into spirituality in particular, but it's moving through the human population as well. Because as you know, the further we go, the further we expand, the lighter the energy becomes on the planet. More and more people also embrace, like their heart opens up because the energy of the earth changes, and there's just more expansion. Divine love and light codes, they want to move through all of life, the whole fabric of life, whether that's people, whether that's the environment. So you meet in different environments and you speak about certain things, you share certain things, you exchange ideas, and there's a lot that transpires more than we like to believe, more than we realize on the surface. On the surface we just think something's happening. So I'm going to give you a few personal examples so that perhaps you can relate it to what's happening with you too. But I found in previous years, this expansion, when it comes to the light levels, there's two kinds of expansion that happens in relationships. Like you can have truth initiations where you speak your truth and you have to be authentic, and it's a little bit more difficult, you can say, because it's like you have to choose truth and the other person has a different perspective, and yet you have to be authentic, so that can be a little bit more of a challenge. And usually it happens when there's a difference in the light levels or somebody has a more grounded vibration. So usually that would happen with people who had more grounded vibrations, there was a difference in purpose, there was a difference in frequency. And the expansion, a lot of the time, the majority of the time, would happen with other people, other souls who are also on the path. And in different ways we would exchange perspectives. But as time goes on and we expand more and more, we're not only supposed to stick to quote-unquote spiritual people, because spirituality is everything. Spirit is in everything. It lives and breathes in everything, whether it's this river, these mountains, the people. So this is how light expands, and this is how divine love is felt and experienced when you don't hold these barriers. And it's not about holding like a certain belief in your mind that this is the only way I can experience light or love and I can't in these other ways. So to give you an example, I met a few people on this trip because I'm here in the mountains, like I explained in my previous video. There's usually, like when I go, and I'm a little bit different, obviously I'm vegan, and usually those conversations come up and I explain to people what I do. There's usually a bit of a disconnect after that. They perhaps feel my vibration to be too strong, or my beliefs to be very specific. which they can't relate to. So a lot of the time this happens, you know, nobody's being mean or anything, but it's just this disconnect that happens that I can feel. But this time it was quite different because I met a group of people. Like the first group of people that I met, it was really nice. You know, I went hiking and everything with them. It was lovely. They were really nice people. But this second group that I hung out with, they were very open-minded. There was this one person that was there who is from the LGBT community, and I had some really enriching conversations with them. You know, they have a channel themselves and they interviewed me before we even knew each other, and they actually answered this question that I had about this specific topic. I'll get into it a little bit later in this video, but basically it was very synchronistic because it was something that I was speaking about with another friend of mine, and we were discussing this, and I was telling them how I haven't fully explored this. You know, I haven't done my research on it was basically about changing gender. When somebody is born in a certain body and they feel that they want to change their gender and it feels right to them, you know. And I was saying that, you know, I'm pretty broad-minded, and obviously I want equality, and I always embrace people's identity and whatever they feel is authentic to them. But one thing that I find hard to comprehend is when people want to change their gender, you know. It's a little bit different. But when somebody wants to change their gender and they have to use chemicals for that, you know, like hormones or get operations done, this is an external thing. So for example, I know that sexuality and gender are different things, but you know, this is the only way I can express it right now at this time. But you know, for example, if you're born as somebody who is gay or bisexual, of course, you know, I understand that that's a natural instinct. And it may be a natural instinct for somebody to be born in a certain body and want to embrace a different gender. But at the same time, I feel that if that were the case, you know, nature would be providing with a natural method for that to happen. It would be, you wouldn't need chemicals basically, you know, or operations and things like that. So that is something that I wasn't clear on basically, and I still have not done my research because the internet here doesn't even work. But it was still an enriching conversation with this person, you know, who was saying that they've seen people who've done it. And I don't know where I stand on it yet, but it was still nice. It was a conversation within love, even though there was a difference in opinion, or I told them it's not a set opinion that I have yet, it's just a question that I have. And I want to explore it, but until then, that's something that I have in my head, you know, that I have not explored. So it was so wonderful to have that exchange. And then they were asking me about, because we crossed this hotel, by the way, that was called Twin Flame Hotel, very close to where I live, where I'm staying. And then we began speaking about what twin flames are, and they were interested, and they spoke to me about their relationships and stuff. It was so beautiful, you know. They wanted to know the spiritual perspective on this, and usually I don't. And then I met another person as well that I'm sharing a room with now, and there was just so much displacement that happened on this trip, you know. I had a really bad time actually dealing with hotels and stuff. I lost a lot of money. I won't go into details right now, but because of all of that and the uprooting and moving here and there, I got to meet more people that way, because I had to change rooms, I had to change roommates, and just stuff like that. And then I met this one woman who's here with me, this friend. She's right here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, so she's also into spirituality, and she was speaking in such a pure way about, you know, spirituality and how she is into science and stuff and how they're all connected. So these were really pure exchanges, and I haven't experienced this before, you know. I mean, I just go on a trip and the random people that I meet who are not particularly from the Ascension community, but then you see, even though they're not in the Ascension community, you can still have these exchanges, the exchanges that you have, because you hold a certain vibration and they also hold a certain level of purity. The experiences that you have will still be those of divine love, and this is how divine love expands. You see, like, I'm getting something from them, they are getting something from me as well. They want to hear my perspective, you know, as a spiritual guide, and they have their own unique perspective, coming from a science background, coming from an LGBT background, and it's all within divine love. It's not, you know, there can be differences, but differences of opinion, but there's still this love that is there, this divine love that is there, you know. And it's short exchanges as well, because that's the mark of the Aquarian age, where we meet people. It's for brief periods of time, even though, you know, we're used to comfort, and like, I on this trip wanted to stay in a certain hotel or didn't want to be displaced, didn't want to lose my money or whatever. It's a little bit more uncomfortable packing every day, moving, not being able to go and visit as many sites. But nature has a different plan for us. It's all about the mission, you see. So all of it happens for a reason, and it's anything that I do with my body at this stage is all about service. You see, even the money that I lose, where is it coming from? The money that I earn, it's at the end of the day, it's coming from source. And so whatever goes and comes, it's all within that larger flow. So there's no loss as such that happens, and there's no gain. Like, for example, I was speaking to the hotel people because they were very unprofessional in the way that they handled it. And I was angry at them, and I had to put on a little bit of anger or behave a certain way as well, just to demand my rights, because that's how it works. Some people don't understand if you're just being all calm and mellow, But at the same time, inside of myself, I was a bit angry, but I wasn't necessarily that, I don't hold on to anger in that sense. So there's also these things happening where I am experiencing what I am at a human level. For example, the Shruti that existed before ascension and before this mastery that I have done in my body, that we're all going through, that we're all doing, I'm sure many of you watching, of course, was a certain way. And then after mastery, it became all about the light, and it became a little bit more removed from society. And then now it's gradually becoming more and more penetrating into society, and I'm getting to experience myself at a more physical level as well, and not just, because when I'm meeting people, it's not like I'm speaking about everything spiritual. In fact, like, there were a bunch of very young people that I was with, and initially when they learned my age, that I'm like 10-15 years older than them, they were like, oh my god, you're so old. But then they wouldn't feel it. They were like, we loved hanging out with you, like we didn't feel like you were that old. And yeah, I really bonded with them just in one night, because I don't hold this perspective. There isn't this clinging to ego and identity of a certain age, of a certain gender, and all of that, it's a little bit more loose. Of course, we have those identities, we let it serve us within the societal roles. But I got to see that I can still be fun, and I can still hang out with people, and yeah, it was nice, despite all of the uprooting and all of that, the changes, the transformation, the unpredictability. So these are things, when you allow things to be a little bit more unpredictable, or life does that for you, don't always think it's something bad, because those are the moments in which you discover parts of yourself. Like, I would not have entered a group, like this was an already formed group. They'd been hanging out with each other for a month or whatever, and they welcomed me in. I took the initiative, but it was also spontaneous. And it happened, it led to something wonderful, There's also this beautiful thing about accepting other people just the way they are, seeing the beautiful things that they do for you, but also their limitations, that we all have as humans. So there's all these beautiful exchanges that are happening, which is leading to the expansion of divine love and light. And it's really, at the end of the day, that's what's happening. Whether you are feeling discomfort, displaced, or in new communities, and there's expansion of perspective happening this way, because it's the flow of love. Divine love is expanding, light is expanding. And let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to say. I think pretty much that's it. This Pleiadian gateway, we're finding out that you are light, but you're also flesh and blood. And yeah, just seeing your personality, your physical personality also shine through. And the master here, I really got to experience that. Like, people are seeing me as a spiritual person, even valuing my advice, and I am valuing theirs, that exchange of perspectives. At the same time, they're seeing the fun side of me, the human side of me, my personality, me cracking jokes or whatever it is, and bonding and all of that. So all of me is seen. And it's not just through people who are spiritual or going through their spiritual journey. It's people who are open-minded, they're pure souls, And so I guess what I want to say is, like, at this time, there's this beautiful expansion that's happening. So don't limit it to something that you have known, and allow what wants to come through, especially in relationships. So I think I'm going to leave you with that, because my friend is waiting, and I'm just going to leave you with the view here. And if there's anything else about the Pleiadian gateway that I have, I'll film tomorrow again. I'm going to hopefully another place, unless something happens. And yeah, that's it from me. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments below. How do you find this place? I'm going to leave you with a few shots. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very soon. this is the view, and this river actually it keeps flowing, and our hotel has a view of the river, so it's pretty close to the river as well. And I'm so fortunate to be here. I hope you enjoyed watching, and this beautiful scenery. There's a little bit of a hike that a person can do. There's some hotels up there. So this is Kasol in Himachal Pradesh, and it's really beautiful. Enjoy the turquoise waters and the Pleiadian gateway that's happening now. Be open to any galactic codes coming in, and all of it, remember, is one. Whether it's flowing through something more physical or something that is more of the light, it's really all just one. Look at this beautiful stone. It says Bhagavad Gita. Of course, all over India you'll always find these spiritual and religious things just everywhere, on the trees, the rocks, and everywhere. Little black bears in the woods. Hello! They've just come to say hi. They're like, we like these people. So I'm sitting here in the night right by the riverside on this big rock with my legs dangling. I don't know if you can hear the stream and the water, you know, there's the water splashing. So this is kind of what the experience of transformation is like, you know, of leaving behind your comfort zone. You can't see anything, but you kind of have to feel your way in the dark, and things just stand out. You know, your sensations, like your senses, they come alive. The one or two things that you can see, there's like this heightened response to it, this heightened feeling within you, and that evokes like this feeling from inside of you. What you're feeling becomes crystal clear. These are just people shouting out to each other from across the bridge. One is on the mountain and the other is on the bridge, and they're communicating. Nobody can see anything, and there's this beautiful star that's there. I don't know if the camera is catching it. Right on the hill over there, there's this light and the sound of water. And in the beginning it might be a little bit scary because you can't see much. You know, you could easily make a mistake, but at the same time there's this other sense that takes over at such a time that you weren't aware of. You know, something that's more internal, something that is more within, which is equally beautiful. There's people walking on the hill, pine trees in the night, and me sitting by the riverside listening to the waves.
Thank you.